If you're watching the replay, thank you, because that is what replays are for. You're in for a treat, so I'm just gonna wait for some few people to join in and we will get this party started, because I am so excited about what I'm gonna talk about today. So you just want to share this video with your friends, with your family, because we're in for a treat tonight. The song I'm listening to is by Hillsong and it's called Not Today. My heart, I got a song that will never die. I know your love is the reason why I sing the night into the morning. I'll sing the fear into your praise. I'll sing the song into your presence. Whatever I say your name, let the devil know not today. Come on guys, you want to share this broadcast? If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Louisa Sanko of louisasanko.com. I am a mother, I am a wife, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a founder of a God-sized dreamer. Today I'll be talking about fear. I'll be talking about you being alone with your dreams. And I'll be talking about what you need to do when you are feeling these ways. Alright. So as a child, I started dreaming and I was confident in sharing my dreams. I didn't even worry about me sharing my dreams. I was so confident and it was like my normal conversation. I never hesitated when I shared my dreams. But being an adult, I realized it became hard for me to share my dreams. It became a struggle for me to be able to share my dreams. So I see that there was a difference with me being a child and with me being an adult in how I see my dreams, in how I share my dreams with my friends or with my family members. I began to run through questions that came to my mind, and I said, all right, will anyone care about my dreams? Do they want to know what the desire of my heart is concerning my dreams? And I thought about, will they respond in love, or will they totally just shoot my dreams on the floor before it even rises up? So I had all these questions in my mind, and I then got to realize that as you grow older, it becomes hard for you to dream. It just becomes difficult for you to dream. But part of growing up is allowing yourself the chance to dream. So that is just part of growing up. You need to allow yourself to be able to dream. We need to remember that dreams are not only for children, but they're also for adults. One of the things I've come to realize is that you feel alone during the initial process of you dreaming. You feel left out. You feel all left by yourself when you're dreaming, because it is a process wherein it is an individual process of you doing that by yourself during that time. So dreaming is an individual activity. As you begin the process of visualizing, writing down your thoughts and bringing to life your deepest desires, you realize that dreaming is an individual thing that you get to do by yourself. Naming your dream out aloud is a step save for another day. We'll leave that for another day. We wouldn't talk about that today. Because in the naming and claiming, you are telling the world, or you're telling your best friend what your dream is. You're telling them that you believe that this dream that is in your heart is something that you want to birth. You're telling the world that you are ready to set your dreams free. It is a step that many of us do not end up taking because we are so scared of taking that step towards our dreams and becoming and letting those dreams come to reality. All right. So in 2017, so that was last year, I did, and then I dreamed. I did, and then I dreamed of organizing a worship night. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that, but that's what I did. When the process started, I felt sick in my tummy. I felt sick in my stomach, and I asked myself, I said, why did I make this decision? Who asked me to make this decision? Why did I even think about doing that? Then an internal battle started taking place inside of me. So I started battling with this. At the same time, I was trying to think, why am I doing this? Why did I do it? Who asked me to do it? And I was trying to ask myself all this question at once. I was just trying to do all that at once because I was so sick in my tummy. I was so scared. But then finally, with the support of groups of people, with the support of like-minded people that surrounded me, I set it out for the first time that I was going to organize a worship night. So it became a reality. For the first time, I said it out loud without the fear of hesitation of me sharing my dream. And it felt so good. There is just this freedom that comes with you saying out your dream out loud. There's just this freedom that comes with it. There's a freedom in naming your dream, in sharing it, and allowing others to encourage you to pursue your dream that God has put in your heart. So, during the preparation, there were many moments that I experienced and processed on my own, which helped me to dream bigger, which helped me to dream better, which helped me to believe that only God can do it. During this time, there were so many experiences. There were good experiences. There were experiences that I needed to learn from. There were experiences that gave me a lot of skills. There were experiences that showed me how to go about doing things in the future. These experiences showed me that only God can do the things that I cannot do. I learned so much when I allowed myself to dream. One of the things I learned was God was always present. From the tiny seed of faith that I had in my heart, of an idea that turned out to be a fruit, it bears when we follow God's lead. God never leaves us. He never leaves us during this process. God is always with us during this process. So during the whole process, through anxiety, through fear, through unbelief, through doubts, God always made a way out of nowhere. God came through for me. I was always reminded that God was so interested in what I was doing that he had no intention of leaving me halfway. And that felt good. Just knowing that whatever you're doing and God is not going to leave you halfway, that makes it, you just feel so good knowing that God is always present. It's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. And I was reminded of that. So I needed to remember that God is always with us. So that means even when it feels like we are alone, we are never really alone. Sometimes the feeling that we are alone is actually a sign for us to invite God, for us to stop and recognize that the presence of God is with us. So when you're dreaming and you feel you are alone, you feel nobody is with you, you feel that you don't know what you're doing, you feel you were right in the middle of this big dream, and you start feeling this way, it is a time for you to stop and recognize that the presence of God is with you at this point. When you feel alone, that's when we should cast our cares to God, because He cares for us. Dreaming comes with work. That's something we have to know. So it comes with mental visualizing. Dreaming comes with action steps, and it comes with implementing to make the dream come alive. All this process makes you feel like you have so much to do, and because there are individual steps involved, it feels like you have so much to do. That's when you cast your cares upon God, because He cares for you. That's when you tell God that I know you care for me. That's when you are reminded to invite God to take the lead in all that you are doing. That's when you say, God, I'm vulnerable. I feel alone. I feel lonely. But I know your presence is with me. I know you are right here with me. That's when you lay it before Him and say, hey, go ahead and do what you know how to do best. That's when you say, do what you know how to do best. That's when you leave it all to God. So for all you dreamers out there, dream and dream more. Don't stop. Dream and dream more. Let the challenges become markers on the way to your dream. When you feel alone during your dreaming process, know God is always present and can't wait to see you take your next step. When you feel alone, know God is right there with you, cheering you up, saying, come on, dreamer, you can do it. Know God is even right closer than you even know, than you even think. When you feel alone, know God is waiting for you to take that action step. Your dream will bear fruit even when your original dream looks different, but the result is more than you ever imagined. God is that good. Invite Him to work this new beginning with you, and know He's there by your side. Excuse me. Know that God is there by your side. Know that God is there by your side. So, what is our takeaway for today? 1, I have shared that dreaming as an adult was different from me dreaming as a child. Sharing my dream as an adult was different from me sharing my dream as a child. And 2, I've also explained and I've told you that dreaming is an individual activity at the initial stage. 3, I have shared my experience. I've shared what I learned during my dreaming process of one of my God-sized dreams. So, dreamers, when you feel alone, cast your burden onto God. 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast your cares onto God because He cares for you. When you feel alone, when you're dreaming and you feel alone, when you have this God-sized dream and you feel alone, you feel nobody's by you, invite God to take over. See, most of the time we like to do things our own way. We like to take control of things. But when you feel this way, invite God to take over and say, hey God, I can't do this by myself, So you take control. I'm laying this before you. I'm giving this to you for you to take control. Invite him to take over. So let's try that now. So wherever you're watching from, right now, you're just going to say, God, just repeat this prayer after me. Say, God, I feel alone sometimes. I have my God-sized dreams. I know they're so big, but yet still it fits right in my heart. And I know that you have given them to me for a purpose. So dear God, help me to depend on you. Help me to remember that you are closer to me than I ever imagined. Help me to know that you are cheering me up, even though I feel like no one is around me. I surrender my cares. I surrender my fears, my anxiety, and all my worries because I know that you care for me. Have your way in my life. I invite you to take control. For even in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So dreamers, at your own time, when you feel alone, excuse me, when you feel alone, just invite God to take over. For those who are watching, you may be feeling alone while you're trying to achieve your dream that God has put in your heart. So just say this prayer, and I believe God will come through for you. All right, join my mailing list. So go to louisasanko.com. So that is louisasanko.com. Join my mailing list if you want to know more about dreams, or if you want to know more about pursuing your God-sized dream. If you want to know more about finding your purpose, go to my website. There's a lot of goodies there, and see what you can use. So yeah, go there and join my mailing list, and you will receive some amazing resources. So thank you so much for joining. God bless you from wherever you're watching from. This week, use it as a week whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel lonely, whenever you feel alone, to invite God to come in your heart and say, take over my cares, take over my worries, take over anxiety, take over my fears, and have your way. Let him be in control. So, bye dreamers. I'll speak to you later. Chat to you soon. Bye-bye.